Why is everybody single? Guys, this is a very interesting question, isn't it? I don't know. I can already see that some people might cringe at the fact that I'm even telling people that I'm saying, hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know, my name is Briie Tinashe, and on this channel we talk everything faith and career. And in today's video, as you can tell, I am fresh-faced because I'm doing a get ready with me. Today we'll be doing a bit of a chit chat, so it's going to be a little bit different. Since I'm getting ready to film another video, I may as well film myself getting ready for another video, and we can do a little bit of a chit chat in the meantime. So today's chit chat is just going to be like just Christian stuff. I've been a Christian for 7 years, which is basically all of my 20s, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about things that we experienced in the church. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, stick around and see how I transform this. Right, so I've got my little scarf here because I've laid down my edges and I just need them to be out of the way while I get my makeup on. I generally have quite sensitive skin since literally started when I was 23. I got acne at ages 23 and 24, and then ever since then my skin's a little bit sensitive. So what I've done is I've jumped out of the shower, so I've washed my face obviously and I've moisturized, and I recently just did my eyebrows myself actually, which aren't too bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some concealer on and some foundation on. So I've been thinking about how since I became a Christian, some things were difficult for me to give up and some things were like super easy for me to give up. I don't know if you guys experienced the same kind of thing, but some things just was so easy to give up, right? So for example, for me, alcohol was super easy to give up. Swearing was super easy to give up. But honey, partying, that was hard to give up. If you haven't already seen it, I've made a video, a testimony about my university studies, so you can check it out where I talk a little bit more about that. But in general, I struggle with FOMO. Like, I want to be any and everywhere. If there's a motive going on, I want to be there. And I've even taken that on to my life as a Christian. If there is a church event, I'm there. Like, and if there's an event after that event, I'm there. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just, yeah. It's sleek. Would you look at that? So it's sleek brown and it's 191. So anyway, just thinking about that, and I was like, isn't it so interesting how God takes away certain things, but like certain vices just stay your vices, you know? One of the things that I've always struggled with before being a Christian, and now I have to say it's probably worse after being a Christian, is my inability to say no. I just find it super difficult to do. Just saying no just is so hard. I've always been like that, and I don't understand why. Like, I feel like I'm letting someone down, and for the sake of peace, not my peace, their peace, I just yield to whatever the other person wants, or like I just yield to just not having to have confrontation, which honestly has been a bit rubbish for me. Honestly, it hasn't played out very well. I completely misunderstood certain verses in the Bible or misapplied them. So you have to use discernment, right? Not everything is applicable in every situation. But I think I just struggled with that, honestly. So I started reading this book called Boundaries, and honestly, it was describing me to an absolute T. So this is the book, Boundaries by, who's that? Dr. Cloud and Dr. Townsend. Sis, if you don't have that, you need to get it. They've got one for dating as well, which, yeah, you need to read that. So I'm using concealer. I'm sure everybody knows this concealer. This is LA Pro. Yeah, I'm using Fawn. It's a staple, right? Everyone has this in their bag. What was I saying? There's nothing wrong with having boundaries. I don't know why I was so afraid to make boundaries. Maybe I was afraid to kind of like lose people. Right, so I've cleaned that up and we've now got our little halo effect going on. But yeah, so yeah, what I noticed was living in a prolonged state of dissatisfaction and frustration because you won't confront people is severely unhealthy. And one thing I really struggled with was forgiving myself for allowing myself to be so discontent and yet not addressing the issue for so long, and then forgiving people involved. Do you know? I really like MAC. I've been loyal, guys. I've been loyal to MAC. This is my current good shade, which is number 8. This is Matchmaster SPF 15 foundation. But right now, because it's like a bit colder, this is a bit too dark for me, so I usually mix it up with Lancome. This one is really light for me. Yeah, this is color 10. If this is Lancome Ultra Wear, I only put like a drop, a pump of this one, like really tiny, and then do the same with this one. They're very similar shades, but you can see they're slightly different. I don't use like the primer that people normally use, but I do use Prep and Prime by MAC, which is this one. I usually squirt it on my brush and then squirt it on my face a little bit. But yeah, that's the only one that I've found that doesn't make me break out. So the whole boundaries thing segues really nicely into talking about dating as a Christian. Ooh, girl, isn't that a hot topic? Isn't that a hot topic? I feel like whenever you go to a youth event, or an event and then the youth find each other, somehow we're going to end up talking about dating, which is completely fine because I think it's such a important decision, right? Like after giving your life to Christ, that is probably the biggest decision you have to make in your life, because choosing a life partner, okay, that is a partner for life, is a very big decision. You are tying yourself to that person until death do you apart. That means you're tying your finances, your DNA, your ways that you manage your household, ways that you manage your life, your goals, your ambitions, you are tying to that person. So that's a very big deal, and I don't think we should be ashamed to talk about it. It's just very interesting that we all talk about it all the time we meet up, right? Seems like everybody wants the exact same thing, but everybody's single. Why is everybody single? Guys, this is a very interesting question, isn't it? Everybody wants the exact same thing: God-fearing partner who's adventurous, who's ambitious, who's fun, who loves God and who loves the church and who wants to see his kingdom come and who wants to be in ministry, and yet we are all single. Questions. Where is the disparity? So, like I said, you can't escape this topic at any youth event, but it seems like it's not really matching up with what reality is showing us. So what I think, and I may be wrong, but let me know in the comments if you agree with me. I think it might be because there's some shame attached to wanting a life partner and actively pursuing that, especially if you're a woman. Obviously, I'm not trying to pursue no man, but you know what I mean, like being open about the fact that you want a partner. I feel like it's so interesting because why would you be ashamed of wanting a serious life partner who loves God and who you can be better with for the kingdom of God? I don't know why we're ashamed of that at all. I think there's some wrong connotations in that people look at it as though you're desperate, but I don't understand how somebody can be desperate if they're wanting to love someone, because loving someone is very selfless. Like, you are saying you want to serve that person for the rest of your life. You want to put that person before you for the rest of your life. You want to love them. I don't know why that seems like desperate. I don't know. I really don't know why. So whenever there's like events, right, for the same youth that want these partners, people just don't turn up. Or what I've noticed is the girls turn up but the guys don't. I don't know, maybe the guys can explain that. Like, what is it about turning up to these events? Maybe we're looking for something different to what we're actually saying we want. I don't know. You tell me. What I've noticed from experience, from speaking to other sisters in Christ and just from life, is that girls need to be super careful because, trust me, because in the church, obviously, the ball is in the guy's court. You can sometimes be taken for an absolute ride, baby girl. You could be taken for a ride. I think there's no shame in asking, where is this going? Because you could literally waste so much time. Honestly, you really could. Take it easy out there, sis. Be careful, because you could find yourself in situationship after situationship, or like in entanglements because people are non-committal, or you can find yourself completely getting rid of your own boundaries because you're not exactly sure where this is going. So just be careful out there, sis. Like, your time is important. You need to redeem the time. But what I know a lot of girls feel, which honestly I've felt this way as well, is that sometimes it feels as though there's not that many options in church, right? There's not that many fish in the sea, or there's not that many Adams in the vineyard, or for guys, it can feel like there's not that many Eves in the vineyard, right? Oh, by the way, I'm using Ben Nye's Topaz powder to set. I'm not really sure about this powder, you know, because it's actually good, but because I'm quite smiley, okay, so I get smile lines all the time, which is like the most frustrating thing about makeup for me. So I don't know if you guys know about makeup. Let me know if I should be removing this from my routine, because I don't know if it's the powder making it worse or what. I don't know. Let me know. But okay, as I was saying, sometimes it can feel like there's not that many Adams in the vineyard, but I think don't lose heart if God has ordained it for you, because remember, He says, before you were born, all the days of your life were ordained by Him already. He already knew. So if God has willed it for you to be married, it will happen. Like, don't worry, don't stress. I'm always encouraged by the story of Elijah when he thought that he was the only prophet remaining, the only prophet of God remaining, because there were so many prophets of Baal. But guess what? God was like, no, you're not. You're actually not, Elijah. There are 7,000 that I have kept. 7,000 other prophets that God had kept as a remnant. Okay, so we're going from a guy who thought he was alone to then finding out he was number 7,001. Like, God can do it, sis. Like, don't worry at all. Like, keep your standards, keep chasing God, keep running your race. Like, it's all Gucci. It's all Gucci. She's got quite a round face, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So this contour, we'll see what we can do. I am using sleek, sorry, but yeah, you know what I mean. Little jewel palette thing for contouring. You know what I mean. You can find it. You can find it. So I have to do this too to find my cheekbones. Oh man, fearfully and wonderfully made. I love it. Then I do it on my chin too, because listen, I need to create as much dimension as I can. Gucci. This is actually my favorite. Like, I really like this one. It's a bronzer. It doesn't show on my skin that much anymore, but it's really good actually. But it's the darkest one that MAC have, and it's dark, deepest mineralized. I use that like on my cheeks and on my forehead and stuff like that, kind of like a blusher. I don't know, I really like it. Is I use a sleek blush. Again, guys, I'm so sorry with all of this. Sorry. I don't have a color for this, but this is what it looks like. And I just literally just a little bit, because it's already shimmery and already quite deep. Okay, so seeing that, you know, a lot of us want to be in good godly relationships, but sometimes it's hard to sift through everybody and see who's actually serious, or who's just having a laugh, or who's just chilling, or just, I don't know. I thought maybe a good way to do it is to go on a date out. Honey, I don't know. What do you think? Like, I'm not sure, but I thought I should go on one because my whole family's been pushing me on it. Like, Brie, like, you need to do something about that. So I was thinking of doing it. And then I was looking around at the Christian ones, and I ran into this one called Salt, and a few others actually. So I was thinking of signing up to that one and then letting you guys know how it is, so you don't have to do it if you don't feel like doing it. But at the same time, I don't think we should have any shame in signing up to these things, because at the end of the day, this is serious. And if you're trying to find someone who's just as serious as you, I don't see anything wrong with signing up. So yeah, so I'll make a short little review video, which I'll post right after this one, so you can have a look, because I don't want this video to be super long and I want to go in detail about that particular app itself. There's no point having a stigma around what we all want. What's the point of having a stigma around dating if everybody wants to be married anyway? I actually don't see the point of it. So I'm now going to use my mascara. I normally use two, so I use Maybelline. I don't know what this one's called. Maybelline Great Lash. And then I also use Rimmel's 3D, Extra 3D Lash. That's what it looks like after using the Rimmel on top. So moving on to lips. So these are my clip liners that I like to use. These are my favorite ones. I've got a few, but these are my favorite. So I normally start off with this one, the darker one called Soar. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, guys. So I'm thinking of doing it, and I hope that I don't know. I can already see that some people might cringe at the fact that I'm even telling people that I'm signing up. I don't actually see anything wrong with it. Especially because in the church, like I said, it can feel like there's not that many options. And to be honest with you, a lot of guys don't actually like approach people. Or maybe they do, they just don't approach me. I don't know, but it can feel like they don't. Or I don't know. So I just thought, well, the people on those sites already want to find someone. So I don't know. I'm not expecting like it to be like super quick and the match to happen instantaneously, but I don't know. Cool. So that's Saw. And then after that, I use this one, which is called Whirl. If I were to put Whirl all over, sis, my lips would look ashy. I can be really naughty and this could be my look, but we're trying to do our best today. So then a lipstick by Rimmel, and it's called Heather Shimmer. So I've dabbed it off a little bit with some tissue. This might be showing my lack of knowledge quite a bit. I have no idea who that is, but it's such a good lip gloss, honestly. And it's got a little heart as an applicator. Come on, so sweet. Just for a little bit of shine, you know, just a little bit of something, a little bit of zhuzh. But okay, cool. So next up, we need to find some clothes because I need to make a video that makes me look like, yeah, I'm ready to mingle, but at the same time, like, I'm so Christian and, you know, because I want it to be fun and lighthearted, but at the same time, you know, like a bit like, well, hello. Hello. So we're gonna take this off. So let's go. But yeah, we're supposed to pick an outfit now. I've picked a pair of jeans because at the end of the day, like I'm in the house, not really going anywhere. So jeans it needs to be party at the top. So what I'm thinking about tops is I could either go for a little bit of a vibe, a little bit of a zhuzh, or I could go for like plain Jane, but with a twist, you know? I have a top here that I got off Zara and it's like a turtleneck, but it's like not really like the traditional turtleneck. So this is the vibe, like it's pretty cute. And then the other one from Zara is more of like it's a shirt, but it's got like a really wide arms, kind of like culottes, but for your arms. Well, not actually, not quite because culottes are short, but yeah, yeah, really wide arms, and then it's got a little bit of a tie thing there, so it's kind of keep it fun and girly. Obviously, this is just going to be me just sitting down, so it's not anything special, but yeah, the jeans. I believe are from Topshop. Yeah, they're Jamie jeans from Topshop. But I'm a bit worried because the light is making it seem a lot more see-through than it really is. So maybe this might not be it. So I don't know why, but I forgot to talk during this part. But yes, I decided to end up going for this particular look. Don't you think it's cute? I think it's cute. So thank you so much guys for sticking around until the end of the video. I really appreciate it. I really want to know your opinions, guys. If I've ever needed a comment, it's on this video because I want to know what Christians out there are thinking. Would you ever go on a dating app? If not, why not? If so, why so? I think we can learn from each other and encourage each other in this journey. And it's probably a good time to tell you that I've got a video on contentment. If you're feeling a little bit of discontentment in your single season, then check that out. Otherwise, I really want to know what you guys think. So please leave a like if you enjoyed this video so I know that you enjoyed these kind of videos. And leave a comment to let me know you stopped by and let me know what your thoughts are. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. It really helps and really motivates me to keep going. So thank you so much for joining, guys. And see you on the flip side when I let you know all about the app. Bye.